Shiva, Arunachala Shiva, Arunachala Shiva, Arunachala.
Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Knowing this truth all the time is freedom, is liberation. Remembering the truth and behaving like you are in truth. First with practice and then natural. We all are behaving in a way in this world, and looks like we are all behaving differently. And we all have different values, different principles, concepts. These are all different varieties of behaviors, value system. These are all coming not from us, from the conditioned mind. And when we sit in stillness and behave or act from our real nature, then every one of us behaves exactly the same. The outer expressions might be different, but it all comes from this unconditional love. The peace what we feel within, the contentment of everything, the completeness of our beingness, and this compassion for everything, including the body we are living in, to the people around us, to the people we have never come across before, to plants, animals, to things which we think are non-living, compassion to everything. And we all can move from the conditioned mind and its behaviors and its fallacies and its restlessness to this pure stillness. So, how to move into this unconditioned, liberated self? By staying still, by stop role playing from within. You might be doing a job, working, interacting with people. That will happen with the body mind. But you within can pay attention to the awareness, which is always still, which never asks you to do anything, which never teaches you cunningness, meanness, selfishness, which doesn't teach you anything except to be silent. In this pure silence, how do you interact with the word? How a screen can interact with other images. The screen always takes other as a screen only. Even when he is correcting others because of his duty, he still loves them because it's the same screen, same substrata in all the beings. Then how can he react or respond? That only comes as a result of the person in front of us. Awareness doesn't do anything. Whatever the response has to come will come through the mind. So even any type of smaller or bigger interaction with the word is in harmony, is in the most purified form. Because all the time you know you are not involved. This play is happening and you are just observing. You are a pure observer. And you know all the time that the life is just a play. Don't try to take out any meaning out of it. Stay as an observer all the time. And it's not that difficult as it seems. Sadhak or the practitioner has to do nothing. He or she just have to be vigilant, attentive to the pure awareness within. And from where this attention to the awareness comes from our longing, from our love. Comes from our understanding. If you can understand at intellectual level, that is more than enough. Or if you have love for this beingness, which you call as God, and love for God, devotion to this God, that is more than enough. Or if you can be in this awareness, remembering every action you do in service of this awareness. Every time you do any action, it is in service to this awareness. Then also you can be free. Even when you are enjoying, indulging in any type of pleasure, you don't forget this awareness. And give it to that awareness. With one pointed devotion to this pure awareness all the time, action or inaction, thinking or not thinking, involved or not involved, remembering by whatever means or all the means, you will be free in no time. Because freedom is from the mind-body complex. All the bondage is of the mind-body. Behaving like a person, paying importance to the name given to us by the society, and try to feel importance of that name. This ego can take so many forms, that we are parent, we are teacher, we are employer, we have a subordinate. It can take ego in our work, that I do my work in the best possible way, and people around me are lazy or they cut corners. Ego can take any form. Ego can even take form that I do practice, I'm a spiritual person, while other people are indulging in wrongful activities. It can take so many forms, and it can keep changing forms. How to kill this ego? How to be egoless? How to be free? The simplest and most direct path is to pay attention to the awareness, what we are, and not paying any importance to the ego, to the aham vrati in us, that yes, I am something. Remember the mantra that we are nothing. And it is true. We are formless awareness. We are not part of the matter. And matter is not part of us. It comes from the nature. It comes from Prakriti. We say sometimes that this person's nature is like that. He's an angry person. His nature is like that. What is this nature? Nature is false, fake. That means this awareness in this body has taken this conditioning from the nature, from this world, and taken those characteristics. Depends on the family born, or the people around, or from the past mental impressions. But all that is false. The purest of pure within us is us. That is the real tattva, that is the real entity, Purusha. And then the nature comes, Prakriti, and it all gets mixed up and we get lost. So we can disentangle ourselves by paying attention to awareness all the time. Remembering that you are never ever involved, even if the situation is aggressive, situation is emotional, whatever it is from this word, it is just a mere play. You know, when people play any game, some people take it very, very seriously. They play the game as life and death. And some people know that it's just a game, whether they win and or lose doesn't matter. It is just a mere game. And they don't get disheartened if they lose, or they don't feel pride of if they win the game. So in a way, they are free in that game all the time. This word stage is also a play. We as pure awareness are just there to observe this game. And we are not even playing this game. It's being played by the mind-body complex. Whether you like it or not, the stage is set, roles have been given. Your body-mind has been given a role to play. Good or bad, whatever it is. Whether you like it or not. Let it play that role. You don't have to run away from the role. But you also don't have to indulge in the role. You just stay as an observer to this role playing. And what beautiful thing will happen is the middleman, the one who thinks that he is playing the role, that ghost within us, which we all know so well, called as ego, will disappear. You are not giving any standing to that ego to survive, because you know that you are pure awareness. You are always in that stillness, remembering your role as an observer only. And then you are also allowing the game to continue. So you have no repulsion to the game and you have no attraction to the game. You are not an advocate of the body-mind complex living. That's what the ego is. Ego is self-interest, selfish. It actually serves the purpose only for one body-mind form. That's why, it says that whatever action you do, even a good action, but with an ego attitude, it actually boosts up your ego. There are a lot of people with big egos in this world who have received medals, prizes, people respect, society respect them because they have done so many good works. philanthropists, charitable organizations, we can definitely say they are all very good people, good person, and they deserve all that respect. But are you trying to be a good person or are you trying to be no person? It's a different ball game to get out of this drama or to be good in this drama. These two things are not the same. You can always get a very good role in next birth. You can even improve maybe, I don't know, your role. Or you can get more audience who appreciate you. But then you're not free. If our interest, our money is on freedom, then we don't care about appreciation from the society, from the people. We just stay as pure awareness and let the role play keep happening through the body mind. We are not there for appreciation, to gain respect. That doesn't mean that the body mind we are living will start behaving in an awkward manner. Paying attention to pure awareness, it gets all the light, all the blessings of awareness. Without the thick covering of the ego, it also gets blessed. The body gets blessed, the mind gets blessed, the place where you live gets blessed, the place you contemplate on this gets blessed. What are the places of pilgrimage where there is some tapas, some practice done by someone at some stage, hundreds of years, thousands of years back, and that place still have that peace? This is the power of this pure awareness. And we all have this within our heart. And how to unfold is just by pure attention to awareness. And surrendering your role to this pure awareness. Awareness is the other name of God. Awareness is our true self. Self and God is the same. Even knowing this truth gives us so much of bliss and joy, peace and contentment. When you realize that the God you are always praying, asking, loving, is none other than you yourself. How beautiful this discovery is. And when you realize, then whom would you pray and for what? When you are the one who answers your own prayers, whom will you respect? Whom will you bow down? And how can you forget yourself? You are all alone in this world. Everything is your own creation. Always stay as pure awareness. You have no role to play. There is no pending work for you. You're not an employer. You're not an employee. None of the relationship belongs to you. You have no friends, no enemies. The book of karma is not your book. All the suffering, joy, hardship, good times are all attributes of the body mind. And not even for a fraction of a second you are body mind. So how can there be any suffering to you? No one can make you suffer. You are that self-effulgent light which is present in this body-mind complex, which is outside this body-mind complex. And it's pervading in all directions, though using this body to speak out or to listen or to act. But remember, you are not dependent on this body-mind to survive. While it's the other way around. This body-mind needs you to survive. It cannot survive without you. The moment you leave this body, the body is called as a corpse. It's dead. It will be turned into dust in no time. This body-mind has a limited time on this earth. It is born to die. You are the life. Remember your true, formless form, always free. The only purpose on this earth is to know who you are. And the purpose of body-mind complex is to go through whatever it has desired in the past, Let it do its work and you stay as your own self. God is your other name. To come to that realization, drop everything. You are pure awareness. Stay in your own company. Indulge in your own company. Love your own silence. Let thoughts may arise, but don't try to sort out the thoughts. Don't jump into the garbage of thoughts and try to find out faults in others, faults in your own self as the ego self, and trying to justify what you have done. Try to plan things, make new agendas, make a smart move, act smartly. Don't worry about all those things. Yes, we have trained mind, we took interest, but now drop everything. For you, game is over. You're out of this play. Because you have left the game, in the middle of the game, there is some momentum to the game. So it will last till this body lasts. So now what you would do? Just observe. Stay in your own bliss. And don't try to look for any help from this body mind you are living. Why we interact with the world? Because of our physical needs, emotional needs, needs of this body mind. But I am saying to you that don't worry about any needs. Don't try to pick up anything from even from this body mind. The one who was indulging in sensory enjoyment, sensual pleasures, was that fake identity. But you are pure awareness. You are just staying here without getting involved. Don't ask anything from this body mind. When I am saying don't ask, you cannot ask as awareness. You can only ask as an ego. And if you have given away your ego mode, you cannot ask anything. Any time when a demand comes in your mind and you act on it, always remember you are incomplete. You are still in the ego form. When you have intense desires to fulfill something, remember you are still in ego. You are still incomplete. When you are passionate about the worldly things, and those things, if you don't get and you feel upset, remember you are still in ego mode. Put all your energy, all your passions, all your love, all your desires to the Supreme within us, to know it. Your prayers should be to know it. Give all your love to it. When we love the Supreme within, it is the complete surrender of the ego, and it disappears. Always remember yourself as your true self, pure awareness. It is just a visitor on this earth, staying in this body-mind complex. Remember this and enjoy your own bliss. You are the God living in the temple of this body, and there is no one else. You are your own devotee. And all this game is being constructed, well constructed by the God, that Supreme. And in the scriptures they explain it so beautifully that the God was alone and he wanted to play this game. He wanted some dynamic movement in it. So he created us as beings, human beings, from his own part, in all of us. This is the ultimate truth. This is nothing but the truth. It is not a concept. It's not a belief. You are temple of God. You are that God sitting in the heart. Our prayer should only be to realize this truth, to have our own experience, our own experiential understanding. The God within our heart is nothing but me, the purest of pure, eternal. It has nothing to do with this body mind. If it has to do anything with this body mind, is to serve others. And who are others? Part of the same Supreme Self. This is the infinite expansion of consciousness. From the condensed consciousness of personality. Individual means ignorance. Expanded consciousness means bliss. Now, from now onwards, let body mind do its work. Don't interrupt them. You stay as pure awareness. They are not at your service. They are at service of the whole world. They are not your slave. This body mind is not the servant of you. It is servant of everyone around us. And that is a very profound understanding. You're not giving any chance for the ego to continue there, holding as an owner of this body mind, treating this body mind as a slave, asking this body mind to do the petty things for selfish desires. You are pure awareness, uninvolved, always free. Never ever take an individual role again. No, there is no connection between you and the body mind. You are the energy, and body mind is just a matter. It's just dust. How can there be a relationship between life and death, pure energy and dust? You are that pure energy. Self is nowhere in the body or the mind or the intellect or the ego. None of them represents you. You represent your own self as pure awareness. All these things are mere illusion, transient, and will disappear soon. Don't pay any importance to them. How beautiful you look, how sharp your mind is, how intellectual you are, how good as a person you are, is mere an illusion. It is born to disappear. Every moment it is receding, and there is no exception to this rule of the play. Don't give any importance to it. Also, you don't have to run away from it. Let it do its work. You stay as pure awareness and always speak and act from this pure awareness. As nothingness. To be free, you don't have to do anything. What a simple method. Without doing anything, you become supreme. And as a doer, you become ego. If the state of inaction, restful state, gives you freedom, why don't want you to be free? Once you know, and you follow this truth, you are free. You were always free. It was only the case of mistaken identity that we thought that we are this body, we are this mind, we have a task to accomplish. And if it happens, we feel good. If it doesn't happen, we feel bad. And with the strong desire to fulfill a task, we have created friction, suffering, wars, unhappiness. And these intense desires are greed and more suffering, more unhappiness. We are not an individual. We are not a person. We are this pure presence. Pure awareness. We are the divinity within us. We don't need anything from this external world to survive. Yes, the body needs, but we are not the body. We are never hungry. Our survival doesn't depend on anything what we can see around. We are independent all the time. All this wealth, all this social security, all what we have gathered as garbage around us is all for this body mind, not for us. We don't need anything out of it. All this insecurity is condensed consciousness. When we treat ourselves as a person, when you know that you are pure awareness, you abide as pure awareness, no needs are left. You are complete and contented and happy in your own self. You don't look for appreciation in other people's eyes. You don't behave like a puppet in this world so people like you. You don't care if the whole world dislike you because this world is not you. You don't belong to the world. It is a mere illusion coming from the mind. You are not the mind. Knowing this, understanding this, you are always free. You were never bound. Sit in your own silence. You are the source of peace coming from within. This never ending joy. Love in the air. This love in the air is your own fragrance. You are that pure fragrance. sitting in your own silence, you only emanate peace and love. Whom can you hate or like? Everything is pure awareness. Life, what we see in things, is us only. Then what would you like to acquire or leave when everything is yours? People of this world might have created territories and nations. Infinite awareness has no boundaries. It pervades infinitely in all directions. It has no boundaries. It has no future, no past. It is always there, always in the present moment. Only the projection from the mind creates an illusion of time. There is no time. And anyone in the illusion of time has to die. You are pure awareness, timeless, eternal. Pay attention to your own self only all the time. Pure awareness. Nothing what you can see, touch, hear, smell, taste are you or belongs to you. You are pure awareness. Once realized, don't move from here, whatever happens or comes to the body mind. Whatever happens. And have this faith that whatever happens was destined. You can't blame anyone. So, no more discussion on this topic within. We have parted ways within. We are pure awareness, living in this body as a visitor who has no say, and let the body mind do its own work, what it's destined to. Let's have harmony in place. This arrangement is the best arrangement. There can never be any conflict. No friction, no resistance, no conflicts. Om Shanti Shanti.